Hi, Bruno. So this is a morning here, so good morning. The last time we had a session, we were not very technical. I was planning on doing some planning, some business planning and financial planning. The thing is, you're gonna hear some bells. It's just some people trying to sell some stuff on the street. This is a very popular neighborhood, so that's quite no annoying. But anyway, we live in a nice house. It's large, it's big, and we have a backyard, a front yard. So that's most important. We can hide out. Um, so in in business, it's nice to have the strategy, the planning, and everything, but it's also very important to think out of the box. Predictability is something you want to predict the future. You want to foresee, to anticipate, any kind of crisis. You're gonna always go through different problems, and the crisis. So it's always like that. They are like different phases, good, bad. Especially when you're a business owner, you go through so much stress. You have to foresee, you have to anticipate. And as a manager, it's the same. You have to anticipate different crises in the company, but also the way your team can work together, or they can also have personal crises. So you have to foresee, potentially foresee without being too predictable. Let's take the example of a pregnant woman. She's a big part of your team. She's a big element, very important element in your team, and she gets pregnant. So you're going to be like, okay, so in 6 months, she may probably have some problems or may not. You cannot just go use one path. There are different potential scenarios here. You can be like, look, she's not going to be productive. She may be sick all the time, or maybe not. You see? So you cannot just use one path. Especially for a man, cannot really also understand all the different crises, coming from a woman. On the emotional level, it can be a tiny bit more, um, you know, unbalanced, unsteady, or maybe not. Everyone is different. So, I've seen different scenarios in my life. Sorry. And some companies, they just don't want to take the risk. And in Mexico, I've seen a woman, she got fired. I've seen another woman, under pressure. Well, you're not going to have a leave, maternity leave, but you can keep working. You're going to have your salary. So some women, they really push themselves until the end, in order to save as much as they can, to keep having the insurance, the health insurance, and give birth and go back to work. So that's the American way. I don't like it. I think the woman should stay at least 6 months with a kid, and well, the guy should work, help the woman to bond with a kid. But you have a lot of companies using different potential scenarios, and most of the time they're just one way. It could be that, it could be that, it could be that. It's like quantum physics, quantum physics. Um, you have different possibilities, different scenarios, and what counts the different responsibilities, the different consequences if I use this path or this path or this path. It's just this fractal world. And in the business, it's like that. In finance, it's like that, and in management, it's like that. You're gonna face different scenarios, not just one. Okay, there are different winning formulas, different failing formulas, and what we do when we go to school is to try to learn the winning formulas in order to avoid any problems. At your level right now, you are a manager and you are in charge of a big team, and your main problem right now is to foresee the future, to anticipate the future, but also to take care of the psychological aspect of your team and make them work together, okay, and also get the respect. You cannot just come up and look, I'm the boss, shut up and do as you're told. No, you've got to win their respect, their confidence. But there is something you're not gonna be able to fight against, is jealousy, envy. You're gonna always find people like that, no matter what you try. So don't waste too much energy on trying to prove to them that you're a good manager. You also need to be strategic, to focus on your work and get things done. If you have an element who's creating too many problems, that's a problem. The guy is stopping everyone from being productive and from being you productive, from you being productive. Okay, so I do a lot of motivational things, to help some managers to think clearly, to see different problems from a company, from a business point of view, from a management point of view, or a financial point of view. And in your case, you can have more meetings. It's a risky thing. You just try, and it may work, it may not work. You can explain and tell your people, look, part of the family word is used a lot now. So it maybe for your country it can still work. In America, it doesn't really work anymore. Some people are like, yeah, well, sure. But you need to make them feel like they belong to something. And without working together with their full potential, not just like 10% of their potential, but 100%, 200% of their potential, to make them feel like they're part of something, a big project. And without working together, we're not going to be able to do a good job. And that's the image of the company that is, tainted in a sense. So that is important to explain what you're asking for, what you are requesting from them, what you are expecting from them. Be like, look, we have this project, we are facing these problems. Be human. Don't be too distant as well. Because if you put yourself on a pedestal and you feel like you're part of an elite, of course you're going to create some problems. If you show them like, look, I'm young, successful, you're shit, no, it's not going to work. So you need to be like, look, we're on the same level. I have a lot of responsibilities. It's a big job for me, and trying my best. And of course, you're going to always find some people that are going to make you fail because they want you to fail and not stay a manager. But you have to see them from afar, and try to work together with them. Believe me, read The Art of War, because an enemy is better close than afar. What I mean by that is that's where you can understand there are different strategies. You understand what they want, what they are trying to do. And sometimes when they are drunk, they tell you there are different strategies. So that's interesting. Business is a cruel world, believe me. Especially when you have lots of competition. You are in a protected area because you are part of a company. But when you're on your own, competition, you see it with a real face, not with a mask. The mask is the image of the company. But when we deal directly with different clients, customers, and the competition, you see the real teeth of the wolf. But I love it. I don't mind. So, but anyway, and that is good because I want to show my daughter that a woman can also be very strong and very successful. It's very important to me to show my daughter that this kind of career can be successful, and she can achieve a lot of stuff. Anything is possible in life. Really, do believe me when I say that. Anything is possible. You're the only one to put some limits. And if you feel like you're a weak manager, they're going to believe it. If you feel like you're not worth this job, this task, they're going to believe it. You have to show with your body language, with your energies, with your mind, with your results, with your knowledge that you're worth the position you have. Okay? So it's a combination. You can read, I'm sorry I didn't do anything. I should have probably made an audio recording, but this book is okay. I had the book. I paid attention to the different things, but I think you have a technical mind because you are in IT. But I would say, it's good, but you need to complete it. Don't just put all your eggs in the same basket with this book. Okay? So that's good, but also use different techniques. I recommend you to watch on YouTube different motivational speakers to tell you how to behave, different management tricks. It's free. It's available for anyone. NLP, I think I sent you a link. NLP Info Center. You can just read them. Why is it not opening? Hold on. Maybe it's going to be here. You have different books free available. You can read them. Some people feel like it's a joke, it's like new agey kind of stuff, but it's not. It's not as technical as the book you have, but on the psychological level, it's very important to know different tricks on how to talk to people, how to use your hands. I don't know how you talk. I don't see visually how you talk, how you look at people without to be too condescending. What I mean by that is you really, really have to put yourself on the same level. Be nice, be restful, relaxed, okay? And talk normally to people. So it's not opening, but you have the link, okay? It's like NLP, Info Center, different books. Um, you're gonna see the different links. It's PDF. You can just download them or just read them online. It's fine. And you can also check. Where is he? Tony Robbins. I know he sounds a bit like an old pirate. His voice is weird, but believe me, this guy is very nice. He's been, helping on the marketing level, on the management level. He's an American guy, Tony Robbins. He's been helping the NFL, different athletes to achieve different things. At first, I thought it was a joke, law of attractions and everything. But he's he's very convincing. The way he speaks, because you need to study that as well. You talk to an audience, you talk to a group of people, and the more you grow in your life, the more you're gonna have to talk to more people, a jury, a bigger audience, convincing. And this guy is convincing. The way he speaks, the way he uses his hands, without you noticing, because if it's fake, if you speak with your hands and it's not your stuff, try to learn it. Try to learn how to speak with your hands, your body posture. If you're feeling confident, they're going to feel it. They're going to see it. You cannot hide it. Okay. When I was young, I took theater. So I was performing. I was doing a lot of stuff. I was a very, 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 very shy kid, to the point of hiding behind people. My kid is doing that right now. She's social with some people, very, very social with some people, and very shy with other people. I don't know why. Maybe it's the look. They're ugly. I have no idea. But I was very shy. And the way I gained confidence in my life was, well, facing my fears. And your fears right now is to convince that you are the proper manager. I think you need to convince yourself first before convincing anybody else. It always works like that. It starts with yourself. Without being too condescending. What I mean is to be too elitist, too high. I don't know the mentality, Brazilian mentality, but I would say, in America, it's better to be friendly, to be more on the same level. Well, maybe you make more money, but you don't show it. It's like these studies they were doing in an American company, and they were like, hey, if we were revealing, they were talking to the CEO, and it was some kind of a journalist, and the guy was like, if we were revealing all the different incomes in this company, what do you think people will do? Well, they will ask for a bonus or a raise, because they would feel like, well, I do the same. I know as much, or even more, and I deserve to be paid as much as this guy or this woman. People will compete because the money is more important, but they don't want to feel like they're part of a group. They don't want to feel like they're part of a family. They go to a company. They don't understand that they work to help this company to succeed and make the image better. They want to work because they want the income. End of the story. They go back home. That's it. That is a big problem in most of the companies. People, they go, they sign, or they put their cards, they slide their card, they register, they're on their desk, they start working. It's boring, it's annoying. They have to. But if they feel like motivated and they feel like, well, I want to succeed, I want to be better in life, instead of comparing myself, instead of envying this guy, instead of putting some comparison and criticizing and complaining, why don't I just try to do it and to show that I'm a good element and you guys need me? That's what you have to show them. That's what you have to explain in an implicit way, subtle way, that they are important elements. Without that, they're not going to feel accepted. They're going to feel they have to compare and complain. Believe me, if you do this kind of stuff, you're going to win their hearts. And it's important. You have a lot of companies that have huge problems like that, internal political issues, and they're not going anywhere because people compare all the time. It's human nature. This guy, watch his videos. They're free. He gives different talks. Maybe at first you're going to feel like, oh, it's annoying. I don't understand. He speaks too fast. Well, that's a good training as well. Okay? You have to set some limits, some boundaries, but also you need to evolve, to progress, not stagnate. You're not this kind of guy. You don't stagnate. But on the English level, try to watch different motivational speakers. There are some like Bob Proctor. I hate this guy. I think he's too old, and what was this guy? There are some silly videos, but you can, he started from nowhere. He doesn't have studies. He didn't go to college. He was poor. He learned life the harsh way, and I have high respect for these people, because they really didn't have any safety net. The guy, he's worth many millions. He's been doing different shows all around the world, and it's very, very, very convincing. They're respected, and believe me, he has a big heart. This guy, he's just used to do his shows, so he talks and he speaks a lot. Anyway, those are my recommendations. Okay, you keep that as well. It's part of your growing process. The Art of War, but the business version. I have a Spanish version, an English version, a French version. I never read it in German. Never thought about that. NLP, the speed reading as well. Actually, I may have to put some more books on P-Cloud. I have some stuff on this level as well. But it's all about you knowing yourself, what you are capable of, and pushing your boundaries. If you believe you can achieve anything, anything can be achieved. Yeah, everyone is afraid. You find excuses because you're afraid, you're scared. Some people, they try to boost up their levels and have huge ego, even though they don't even deserve any of this energy. If you're like, I'm great, I'm the best manager, it's like, yeah, well, prove it. It's nice to believe in it, but you have to work as well, to be disciplined and show some results as well. Okay? That is this kind of positive thinking you can find also in America. I've seen a lot of bad managers in Canada. Believe me, this is just a shame. And they just invent themselves being managers, but they don't have the intellectual abilities. They don't have the stress. The stress. They don't work well under pressure, because being a manager is working under pressure all the freaking time. And this is when you rest seated, you have your book. It's like languages. You take your dictionary, you take your textbook, and okay, so let's go through the different exercises. Life is not like that. You don't go through different exercises. You speak, you communicate, you make mistakes, you fail. You're ridiculous, you sound stupid. And you learn, and you learn, and you learn, and you repeat the same stuff until you get it. Life is like that. And some people, they just show up and they're like, well, I'm a manager. Me too, I can be like that. Well, I'll prove it. Prove already that with your job and your task and your projects, you can show that you are worth this position. It's like being a janitor. You clean the toilets, the bathrooms in schools. I'm better than that. I should have better than that. Okay, so work for it. Okay, but for the time being, clean up well. Show that you can be reliable and people can trust you, and after they can give you more. You see, it's the same for everything. NLP, I hope I can open this link. That's the last link I sent you with the different books, and it's okay. I mean, it's not like the most exceptional website, but you have news, free NLP info, all this stuff. It's not magic, it's more like the art of influencing and manipulating people, and also speaking clearly like I'm doing right now. And you see, you cannot see, I'm using my hands in order to put some more weight on my words. So, and I'm not scared. You can hear my voice. You can have an idea of the way I can feel right now. I know my stuff. I know my shit, as we can say in English. Anyway, Bruno, I'll see you tomorrow. We cannot try to relax and stay away from work because I've been criticized on this level, so I work too much. So it was family time, trying to relax. It's not like we have to go through a lot of stuff. It's more like reinforcing some stuff, and try to make you see clearly. I should charge you more, dude, because I don't charge 22 Canadian dollars for that. But anyway, you see, you are a good, a loyal person. I respect you guys, you and Natalia. And by the way, congratulations on you getting married. And I said, the last time I talked to Natalia, she told me that she was accepted at London College. So, yoo-hoo! This is great for you guys. I'm so proud of you, seriously. I'm so, so proud of you. You have a nice day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Let me know if you need anything, if you have different questions, if you need to talk about certain topics, okay? Please, I'm open to that. And meanwhile, don't work too much. Follow my advice if you want to. You're open to this kind of stuff. It's your freedom. It's your choice. And sleep well as well. You take care. Bye-bye.